the same basic thing. It's chemistry, and chemistry, all these living things, chemistry just controlled by circumstantial, environmental, cause and effect, evolution. That's defined our shape. We've been shaped by a circumstance to perform a certain dance, and there's nothing else to it. I'm not saying there's nothing else. Consciousness is difficult to describe, difficult to put a mechanical word to and say this is what it is. So yeah, but it doesn't mean anything just because any person, any entity you're going to be having this conversation with is going to be aware of what a consciousness is. They're going to have experienced one, the sensation, the event, the actuality of it. So they don't need descriptors. I mean, it just is what it is. But we know where it came from, and that's the key thing. It's when you, you want to attempt to glorify the actuality of it, the agony and ecstasy, and you want to make some argument that it's all worthwhile, well then go ahead and make that argument in a clean context. But don't play this, well, it's divine, and it's intended to exist. There's some smart, intelligent force that said, this would be a good idea. Let's let life eat itself, for a couple of billion years, so some humans can pop out for a few thousand, and smear lamb's blood over their door, or some other bizarre asshole behavior. Build pyramids and cathedrals, grind each other up under the gears of their tanks. Yeah, right. Really intelligent. Alright, yeah, well, so this is just more of this religion thing, because that's all that's behind most religion. It's not the dogma or the doctrine, it's the wish, the want for a fancier story. They want a better fairy tale. The fairy tale about the ugly munch who goes out and takes a dump and then goes back home and watches cartoons. Well, it's a shitty fairy tale. It's just not good enough for them. They want a more elaborate story, and they're not going to accept reality. And by not accepting it, they'll never be able to recognize what needs to be recognized, which is that this is a tricky and dangerous game, consciousness. This is a huge vulnerability created, and for what looks like no functional purpose. It is heroin addiction, and that's all. It's an addiction, an unceasing compulsion, an attachment, need, dependency, drive that propels human beings to keep playing it aggressively. And it's that aggression that's so offensive, because it will keep creating slop and waste and harm for no good cause beyond willful ignorance, willful denial of a truth that was right in front of us. Dissect it, like I say, any piece of it. You're not going to find evidence of God anywhere. It's not there. Or evidence of, some sort of divine, beautiful will, or whatever. You're just going to find a lot of stuff that's very crunchy when you step on it. Anyway, enough of a video. That is the conversation. I guess it's never going to end. I guess I'll just have to keep making videos reiterating consumption and reproduction. Consumption and reproduction. The only observable dynamic creating all of this. Nothing else. Just those two forces. That's it. Till next time. Alright, just time for a minute and a half of add-on. Yeah, this camera only does half as long as it should. But anyway, I just wasted 60 seconds, really 30. But anyway, yeah, words. Describing things with words. It's not that big a deal. I mean, if we really try to be fair and honest about this shit, we really can do this. It's just words. You just describe the stuff. Make longer sentences. Maybe use a few more words, but you can do it. You don't have to resort to words like spiritual and sacred and beautiful and love. You can use more descriptive terminology, and then there won't be any conflict, and we don't have to argue about what the facts are and the truth is. Anyway, till next time. Dog and such coming. Yeah. Alright, the retarded camera says I have even more time left than I did before, which is stupid. But anyway, it doesn't predict very well. Yeah, so yeah, we can do it. We can describe reality and just do it with more words. And don't rely on stupid words. I already said that, so that's being redundant. But it's a nice day. It's a good day for redundancy. So yeah, this is not just brown. This is tan and black and a lot of different things in there. And it's ground and it's cool and it's, you know, we can say lots of things about it. We can use lots of words. And life is, you know, emotionally interesting to organisms that have been made to be emotionally interested. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.